internist here for 24 and a half years before he retired July 1st, 1996. He since has died. And I have to say that one of the other helpful things my brother does is he's my ace man now. He helps me a lot. Every time I turn around, Darrell, I have a favor to ask.
And he always says, well, he grumbles a little bit. Oh, okay.
No, he never grumbles. He never
Boy,
grumbles.
what a brother.
Yeah, no, he's great.
And I would like you to talk about a group of Grass Valley women and what they do for this community that you're a part of.
Okay. I've probably been a part of the Grass Valley Ladies Relief Society for, gosh, I'm thinking over 30 years now. The Grass Valley Ladies Relief Society actually started as the Grass Valley Ladies Benevolent Society in 1773. Two wives and their husbands, managers of the mines, Mrs. Dibble and Mrs. Coleman, and their husbands were feeling that really there were several mining families, widows, orphans, injured miners, that really were on tough times and they needed some help. So they started the Grass Valley Ladies Benevolent Society. And their churches, the Congregational Church, which used to be where West America Bank is on the corner of Neal and Church Street, um, that church and Emmanuel Episcopal also helped out with donating items and so on. There was kind of a severe money panic, kind of like the 1929 crash, and stuff that we kind of went through in those days, depression. And so they went to the state and asked for a grant, and they got $1,000. That was in 1776.
17?
1776. And no, it wasn't 19. It was 1883. I'm sorry, I'm 100 years off.
That's okay.
Sorry about that. Yeah, and so and then in 1878 they asked again and got another $1,000. When they first asked, they were told that they could have the money, but they had to change the name from the Benevolent Society to the Grass Valley Ladies Relief Society. We never did understand why that happened, what the deal was there.
So basically, what you're doing is helping out people that are in trouble in the community. Or when this society started, you were, like you said, you had people that were injured at the mine, had families, had no income or little income, and so you kind of help them out.
Yeah, and our focus over the years has been many things. We have a mission statement basically that says that we want to provide for basic needs to alleviate suffering, improve the health and well being of Western Nevada County residents, and we have an emphasis on children and the aged. Now, over the years, the Ladies Relief Society began, they were the only really charitable kind of organization for a long time. We've never gotten money from the state after those two grants in 1876 and 78. But they, a lot of it is by contributions, donations, and so on. But the police department, the welfare department, everybody knew the Grass Valley Ladies Relief Society. And so when they had a need, they would call one of the members. And that's how it always worked. And then Martin's Grocery up at the top of Race and Henderson Street, which is now Chapel of the Angels, we used to deal with them and we'd call and say, please provide so-and-so with food. And they would do that, and then we would later pay them. We have bought bus tickets for the police department for people to leave town and go to family. We have repaired cars over the years and so on. Nowadays, we are not so well known for anything other than the donation day. So we support a lot of the organizations that already take care of people, such as Interfaith Food Ministry, Emergency Assistance Coalition, hospitality house. I mean, and not only as an organization, but personally.
You mentioned Donation Day.
Right. And that is the one big activity that most people are aware of what we do. Um, and that started in 1883 after they were having this money problem, the money panic in 83. And because I've gotten some of my dates mixed up. But Carolyn Mead Hansen, opposite the Coleman house, was sitting in her window watching the children go to school. And she thought, well, gee, times are really hard. And if we each gave a little bit, it should amass into a fair amount and we could all help other people out. So she wrote a letter to the union, and I'd like to read it. And she actually was the emphasis in what started this. On reading the report of the Ladies Relief Society, I saw with regret that they are much in need of assistance. I cannot aid them as I should like to do, but like many other people, I am willing to give them the benefit of someone else's ideas. About a year ago, I read of a children's party which was successfully given in aid of a charitable organization in one of our eastern cities, and which I think we might get up in aid of our own society. The plan is this: on a day to be named by our city school superintendent, all of the public school teachers would be required to ask the children in their charge to bring to the schoolhouse, each one potato and one stick of stove wood. The potatoes to be put in a sack by the janitor, the wood to be piled in the yard. The donations to be brought into all the schools on the same day of the week. On the next day, they would be removed by the Ladies Relief Society to any place they might judge to be in need. The donation from each child is so small there is hardly a family who could not afford to give it. But as there are several hundred children attending our schools, the aggregate might be of some value. Carolyn Mead Hansen.